Supplements are a multi-billion-dollar industry, but do you really need them to build a muscle? Now in this video I'm going to cover what actually works, what's a waste of money, and are you missing gains without them? Now just so you know, I only use two supplements, protein powder and pre-workout. That's it, no creatine, no bullshit, that's it. So what's the science behind building muscle? Well, what do you need? So you need three basic principles to build muscle. The first being training really hard. That's called progressive overload, and that's basically saying that you need to train harder each session to continue getting stronger. The second thing needs to be food, nutrition, things you eat. You need to eat a lot of protein, especially. The golden standard is at least a gram of protein per pound of body weight that you weigh. And the third thing needs to be sleep. You need to sleep well, at least 7 hours a night. Research shows that that's the optimal duration of sleep. And that will help your body recover well. That's it. That's the whole three principles. It's very simple. That's how you build muscle. Now there are only three supplements that will actually get you results. Those being protein powder, pre-workout, and creatine. All other supplements, and I repeat, all other supplements are complete bullshit. Don't listen, don't take, don't buy them. No BCAAs, no test boosters, no fat burners, no shit, nothing. Just protein powder, pre-workout, and creatine are the only supplements that actually gain results. That's it. Now let's talk about protein powder. Protein powder is made from whey. Whey is a byproduct of a process of the cheese making. So when cheese factories make their cheese, they have many byproducts that they don't need. One of them is called whey, and the whey is like a liquid, a white liquid that they can dry up and then sell it to other companies. Why? Because it's chock full of protein. And so those companies, they mix that dry whey, that dry powder, with many flavors and many additives to make tubs of protein powder. The beauty in protein powder is because it's so easy and so efficient. If you're in a hurry or if you're in a rush and you need to just get lots of protein in, that's so easy. You just pour in 1 scoop or 2 scoops, that's so much protein. That's like 50 grams of protein. And you shake it up with some milk, that's even more protein, that's like 60 grams. Shake it up, like 20 seconds you've got a shake to drink like 50 grams of protein. 5 minutes you've drank like a whole meal, even more than a meal worth of protein. So if you're struggling to get in enough protein in your day, I would definitely recommend buying a protein powder. Also, that's important, buy a protein powder that online is called for its taste, and people online say and recommend it for its taste. Now let's talk about creatine. Now creatine is naturally created in our body, and we naturally eat it through mainly beef, mainly meat. And there's lots of creatine in meat. For every pound, there's like 3 grams of creatine in meat. But why is it popular? Why is taking that supplement that no one even heard about like 20 years ago popular now? The thing about protein, what it does is it makes your muscles draw more water into them, and sometimes it can boost your strength for a little bit. It can make your muscles have a little bit more energy, and it makes them bigger because the water, it just adds volume to your muscles. So it adds volume, lots of volume, and it makes you a little bit stronger sometimes. Now, I don't think you should buy creatine because you can already get it from things you can eat, like beef and meat, that you already need to eat. You need to eat beef to be a healthy human being. You need it. Just need meat. And creatine is not that important. It doesn't really boost your strength like people say it does, and it doesn't really make you bigger. It's a very insignificant change that creatine does, and that's why I don't think you should buy it. Now let's talk about pre-workout. That's, I think, the best supplement that you could take, and I'll explain why. Now, there are many workouts where hitting it with like pre-workout or an energy drink or 2 shots of coffee or an espresso, having that kind of stimulant, like extra stimulant, just makes your workout and your focus so much better. You need to drink some kind of stimulant, whether it be coffee or whether you eat it like a banana or dates or anything that boosts your energy like to peak levels. That's one of them. That's what pre-workout does. And what it differs from regular like coffee, why you don't drink coffee, it's got more caffeine, and it's got some kind of sugars that peak your, as you drink the pre-workout, it peaks your energy levels and it stays there for like 2, 3, 4 hours even. So drinking pre-workout before you work out just makes it so much better. You've got a lot more focus, a lot more energy, and if you've got more energy, you're gonna be a lot more stronger. And your workouts are just gonna be better. Now, who should use supplements? Let's start with protein powder. The people who should use protein powder are, I think, everyone, but especially people who are very, very busy. They don't have much time to eat meals. They normally skip meals because they have to work or exercise or do anything or study. They don't have time, and they skip meals often. Protein powder helps you keep yourself in check. It makes it stays in your stomach for a long time, so you won't get hungry for like even an hour and a half after you drank the shake, and it gets a lot of protein in. Now, pre-workout. The people who I think should use pre-workout are also everyone, but especially people whose workouts are very, very intensive. For workouts that are not very intensive, say like tennis or football or soccer or running, it's not very intensive. The intensity is pretty low compared to lifting weights or boxing or anything very intensive, very hard, very tough. For those, I wouldn't recommend getting pre-workout because they just don't need it. But for people who lift weights, especially like power lifters, bodybuilders, people who really regularly do it for very intensive workouts and for long or even short workouts, they need extra boost. They need that extra boost of energy that would take their workout for just the next level. That's who I think should use it. And now, the last supplement I'm going to talk about is creatine. I don't think anyone should take creatine. Maybe vegans, maybe people who don't eat meat, vegetarians, maybe people who are allergic to meat, people who can't have meat for some other reason, and that's the whole people. So protein powder, everyone should take. Pre-workout, if your workouts are very intensive, and creatine, no one. Now for the conclusion. No, you don't need supplements to build muscle and to get jacked, but it really, really helps. Pre-workout helps take your workouts to the really next level, trust me. Protein powder helps you eat more protein, eat more calories, get more calories in. It just helps you with your calorie intake and your protein intake in the day, and helps you keep you satiated. And creatine helps no one. So that's the whole video. Subscribe if you want to know more. Goodbye.